Well, we started with electoral litigation, and let's have another conversation around that with recently appointed, or should I say anointed, senior advocate of Nigeria, Adebayo Ojo, who is a former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Oyo State. He joins us via phone this morning. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Ojo. Well, this electoral litigation issue is, I mean, we've spoken quite a lot about it already this morning. But, you know, looking at some of the issues INEC raised, that over the years, even though the numbers are coming down, some of the cases are not decided at the polling units, are not declared by the INEC, according to law, but by the courts. How do we put a stop to that, in your opinion? Can you hear me, Mr. Ojo?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please go ahead. Did you hear my question?
Good morning, Ayo.
Yes.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Look, there is no dispute. I can hear you. Good morning. There is no dispute at all, except we are trying to make fuse about nothing. And I will explain this. Look, let each arm of government play its respective role. We have the executive, we have the judiciary, we have the legislature. The legislature has made or has enacted the Electoral Act, which has been assented to by the president, that's the executive. And the president has even gone far to test this Electoral Act by approaching the Supreme Court, and the judiciary has decided that after you've appended your signature to it, there is nothing again to be set aside. Look, the INEC chairs will not worry. Let them conduct free and fair election, their own rule. Then let the aggrieved politician approach the court for adjudication. That's also their whole right under the law and the constitution. And again, let the judiciary decide. If in the certain cases they feel the person who was declared by INEC was not properly elected, then they can set aside and declare the person that has won. So it is nothing new. There's nothing new in it. We can have a judiciary imposed elected representative. There's nothing new in it. And it has always been like that, even since the First Republic, the Second Republic, the Third Republic, and this Republic as well.
But then there will be those, Mr. Ojo, if you can hear me. Just one second.
On this issue of...
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I want to disagree with Mr. Adipurua on this issue of that our politicians are going after the members of the judiciary. I'm a politician. I won't pretend about that one. I'm not like those people who will pretend that they are not politicians, when indeed they are also politicians in their own right. But the issue is this. What is politics itself? Politics is about conflict and resolution of conflict. There will not be problems. It is for the judiciary to decide and determine and place everybody where they belong. So there will also be dispute. But it's for the judiciary to resolve. Because they should resolve the dispute. And that's what you call adjudication or judicial determination, as the case may be. So that's just it. Well, but the issue is, instead of blaming the politician, I won't blame any politician. I will blame judges who allow themselves to be compromised or be influenced by politicians to pervert the course of justice. Because the authority they took is that I'm going to dispense justice without fear of favor, ill will, or affection to all manners of men. And the goddess of justice, which we call tennis, is blindfolded. He hears all, but he sees nobody. He sees nobody. What we should do, what our courts will turn out, is what we call justice and not judgment. So what betide that judge who allow him or herself to be compromised or to be used by politicians to pervert the course of justice? That's my case.
Well, Mr. Ojo,
why are the judiciary there? Why are they there? They are there to resolve disputes among politicians, among individuals, among government, or among is that you must make sure your judge can stand the test of time, and that you defend justice with fear of God and in accordance with compliance with your oath of office. That's all.
There are issues that you have raised there that are very, very interesting. You don't blame the politicians. You blame the judges. Okay, you blame the judges. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second, Mr. Ojo. Just 1 second. Just listen, please. Just, Mr. Ojo, just 1 second, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, Mr. Ojo, just 1 second. Just 1 second, please. Let me put in the question. Mr. Ojo, please, if you can hear me.
In this country, has that power. It's only reserved for
I'm not sure that Mr. Ojo can hear me. Can you hear me? Now, please, just allow me to put in the question. How about the lawyers who know what the law says, who take undue advantage of whatever it is they call loopholes or interpretation of the law to pervert or, to raise issues where there are none in personal interests and not in national interests?
Thank you so much, Ayo. On Saturday, I made an intervention in a CFR legal platform. And I said, look, our problem in this country is not about law or about control by the fact. Let's have 100 laws, 100 electoral acts, 1 million electoral acts. We will see the way we are the same. And that's why I always quote Justice who said, the thought, their voters, is not in our star, but in ourselves. Because we are the underlying. We are the problems. And you see, let any lawyer file frivolous or legal application. But NBA is there. But our regulatory authority is very weak. NBA is not regulating the affairs of its members very well. Let them try what we are doing here. Let everybody try a tenth of it in Europe or in the US. You will lose your access. And they know. But here, anything goes. They know you can get away with anything in this country. Just because the system is too weak and it's liable to be manipulated. Nobody can do that anywhere abroad. The way our people practice law in this country, my brother, I'm a big player in the industry. You will be surprised.
Okay. Well, Mr. Ojo, if you can hear me, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Now, you raise issues about, what the judges do. You say you lay the blame at the foot of the judges. But then you very well know that no judge would concoct any judgment or justice, as you put it, which is not in accordance with the law. And you know very well that judges are fully aware that whatever decision they declare as justice or judgment or whatever you want to call it becomes law one way or the other. And they also are legal practitioners. So how is it the problem or the problem of the judges when it is everything argued for or against by lawyers such as yourself?
Which you yourself know is illicit or he got away.
Can you hear me, Mr. Ojo?
I can hear you.
Okay. Did you hear my question?
Yeah, what's your question, sir?
Yeah. I said you blame, judges for being compromised.
Yes.
But then don't also forget, just a second. Just listen, please. Let me allow the question to come in. Now, how is it possible for judges to make pronouncements that are not in accordance with the law when it is lawyers such as yourself that argue for or against, leaving the judgment of what is right or wrong or what the law says to the interpretation or decision of the judge?
Thank you, Ayo. We should not forget the fact that judges are also human beings. And like, I think it was a Saw who said that about the Supreme Court justices, when William asked them to set aside a ruling which they gave, and he said that was not in accordance with law. Judges are bound to make mistakes. They said, we are not infallible, but we are infallible because we are the apex court. Because after Supreme Court, their judgment goes nowhere. They say you can appeal to God when you get there, even if it exists. But this is this. A judge is bound to make mistakes. A judge is human being, but let that mistake be the mistake of the head and not of the heart. Mistake of the head and not of the heart. And that's why we have the Court of Appeal to review whatever has been done by the judges of the High Court. And again, court of appeals can make mistake, and you go to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court has already made mistake before that you can even apply, or maybe on their own in future. They said our decision is also wrong in case A versus B was wrong. We now look at it and we set it aside. But let that mistake not be one that was a deliberate or intentional mistake. That's what we are saying. Not one that was procured by monetary inducement or by influence or by ill will of Allah faction. No, let it be mistake of the head. If you make mistake of the head, there's nothing wrong with it. The upper judges are there to correct as the case may be.
Okay.
So set aside. That's why they are there.
Well, Mr. Ojo, just one last one from you.
As abused his oath of office.
Yes.
Just like the CJ said yesterday, he's not fit or worthy to be a judge.
Just one last one from one last question here now. Now, there are three major critical stakeholders when it comes to electoral litigation. That is the courts, the judicial officers or legal practitioners such as yourself, and the litigants, in most cases the political parties. Most of the time, we rarely have a situation where it is the voters or the communities that voted that go to courts. Now, which of these three fundamental bodies would you say is most culpable? The judges, litigants, that's the political parties, or lawyers such as yourself who sometimes file one case here and another case there, and the judges have to give conflicting judgments?
Thank you. Let me say this. All of them are equally important, including the witnesses, which you've not mentioned, including security agency that will be subpoenaed or invited to come and give evidence before the court. And a different instance. During the case of former Governor Mineko and Agabu in Odo State, we brought one forensic analyst expert from the United Kingdom. That's Adrian 40 of blessed memory. There was a mistake in the affidavit which they posed to. Instead of AS, as, we typed IS. IS instead of AS. And Chivani Peko and PWSN, which are the common gossip, they were the council. During the trial briefing, they told the man, look, this one will be AS, IS. The man already said true. But in case they ask you, just tell them that you made a mistake. He said that they didn't do it. I'm a native. I won't lie out. I won't lie out. I won't do that. My brother, I'm a lawyer. I've seen pastors, I've seen imams. When they come to you, they will tell you, they will ask you, what do you want to tell the court? They will come to court to lie, gleefully, without fear of God. Whereas a native said no. But the most important, which I would think is the carry out, are the judges. Because the box top on that table. Let everybody come and prove that transfer all lies, truth, half truth, and distortion before you. It's the duty of a judge to sift the chaff from the wheat and come to a reasonable conclusion which all manners of men will now think, after this judgment, I believe I can walk away. I've obtained justice and not judgment. I've obtained justice and not judgment. There's a difference between justice and judgment. A judgment can be anything. When it can be compromised, it can be procured, it can be influenced, it can be maybe you are having a moral relationship, you may be having a moral relationship with the wife or with the daughter of the litigant. No, that's not justice, that's judgment. But when you have judgment, when you feel happy and you think you can walk away from the court happy.
Okay.
Or happier.
Well, the issues.
Yes, I'm satisfied.
Yes.
My matter has been determined.
There's so many issues have been raised, Mr. Adebayo Ojo, but sincerely, we're completely out of time. We have to thank you so much for being a part of our conversation this morning. Adebayo Ojo is 2022 Senior Advocate of Nigeria designate, as well as a former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, beg your pardon, Commissioner of Justice in Oyo State. Thank you again for your time this morning.